This is my story. You don't know the things that I've been through. You don't know my story. The pain and trials God has put me through. You don't know my story. Hey, my story, my story will really change your life. You don't know my story. My story is all about sacrifice. You don't know my story. Hey, my story will set your mind free. My story will resent. Hey, how you doing? My story will set your heart on me. You don't know my story. Hey, the pain and trials that God has put me through. You don't know my struggle. Hey, the struggle in my mind that I go through. You don't know my story. Hey, how you doing? Push that like button. Come on in. Come on in. Tell my story. This is my story. And I ain't finna let nobody tell my story for me. Because guess what? Can't nobody tell your story like you can. How you doing? Push that like button. Mr. Lee Jeans in the house. How you doing, man? Come on in. This is my story, yeah. The trials and the pains that I went through. You wanna hear my story. The struggles in the life that I lived through. I live a crazy story. Hey, hey, how you doing? Push that like button. I'm just trying to tell y'all another part of my story. I can never tell y'all my whole story, my whole life story in one video because my life story is long. I'm 50 years old, man. You know, some of these stories I be talking about only be about, some of them be 30, 40 minutes long. Like, that's how long the problem lasted in my life. Some of them be like 2, 3 weeks long. Some of them was like months long. But what the stories that I tell, mm-mm-mm, they all mine. You don't know my story. Push that like button. The continuation on how I became Mr. Snaggapuss. This is chapter 3 in my book, chapter 33. But this is part 1 in my story. Woo. Mm. My life, my life, my life ain't like yours. My life, my life, my life, my life. It ain't like yours. How you doing? Push that like button. If it was something in the last video, in the last story, in the last part of my story I was telling y'all, if it was something that you would like to know about, if it was something that I said that you want to hear more about, you know, I'm only telling y'all stories of my life, not my whole entire life. Some stories that I tell, I had other things going on that same day, and I'm gonna get back to those stories on that same day, some of the same stuff that I was going through. But in this chapter, I'm talking about how I became Mr. Snaggapuss, the comedian. Now, I've been a stand-up comedian now, what, since 2009, 2019 made 10 years, right? 2025 make what, 15 years. Damn, time flies. And I didn't know it was gonna take me 15 years of being a comedian, carrying the title of a comedian, before it took me, you know, before I blew up or whatever, you know, whatever God got for me in my life, I know what it is. I don't know what it is, but I know he got it for me. So whatever happened, if I ever become this famous comedian and everybody start liking me and the world start, you know, seeing me different, you know, I said they gotta see me different. The world gotta see me as a comedian before I can be a comedian. The devil's a lie. He trying to steal my voice. He trying to take my voice away right now. Choking me out. Ooh, see, I smoke mine down to the nothing. Ooh, ooh. Somebody said, why you be smoking your blunts down to the last, to there's nothing left? Cause you never know when it's gonna be your last, nigga. And I'm the type of person, because I work too hard for my money, I gotta get it all before I throw it down on the ground. Somebody can come up right behind me and pick it up, talking about, oh, look at this big ass roach I found, and get high for free. Not me. Nuh-uh. You gonna burn your fingers trying to light the roaches I throw down on the ground. What the heck? Oh shit, that's too short. It's too short. How you doing? Push that like button. Double tap the screen if you don't know how to do it. Yeah. I'm at another session, another part of this story. I was telling y'all at the end how I tricked the comedy promoter and he allowed me to get on stage. And I don't remember what I said. I really don't remember what I said. But I did make the people laugh. Because whatever I said, it was funny enough for the promoter to book me on a second show. And back by popular demand, I came back the next night to do the show again. So, you know, obviously, the first time I went out there and said whatever I said, I did what I did, made the people laugh. The second time, didn't nobody say nothing. Like, for the whole while I was on stage, I just heard crickets in the audience. Did nobody laugh at nothing I said. And I had really went deep, man. I went deep and tried to come up with something else to say, and then nobody laughed. This time when I walked off stage, the comedians was looking at me like, man, I thought you said you was a comedian. I thought I was, shit. I thought I was too. I thought, like, man, what the fuck was that shit? Like, man, oh my God. Oh my God. I bombed. I bombed so goddamn hard for the whole 15, 20 minutes I was on stage. I bombed. But at that time, consciously, I didn't even know how bad I did. I didn't, because I didn't even feel bad about bombing. Like, they like, you bombed. I'm like, what is bomb? Man, like, you can't bomb and stand up, dog. Like, you can't bomb. I'm like, what is bombing? When you go on stage and you don't get no laughs. Damn! I bombed like a motherfucker then. I did an atomic bomb because didn't nobody laugh the whole while I was on stage. Like, but I'm not gonna lie, that was the first time I ever did stand up. The first night, I got a standing ovation. People laughed their ass off. I don't know what I said. I still don't know. I still don't remember. I still don't remember. I swear to God, I don't remember nothing I said, my intro or my outro. Even when I first got off stage, I didn't remember. I was just so high in the moment that it was so many people and people was laughing at me. Mm-mm-mm. But when I bombed, even the promoter said, I was like, so you gonna put me on another show? He was like, Man, no, man, I can't do it. I'm like, damn, man. Damn. He be like, man, you need to go find some open mics and practice, bro. And when you get better, bro, I'll book you. I said, all right, bet. So I didn't know what open mics was. I looked them up. I found some and I started going. I started going. And I started going. Get on stage. I practiced. I did a lot of open mics. They used to have this open mic spot in Hollywood I used to go to called Sal's Comedy Hole. We used to go to Sal's all the time. It was like it was Sal's Pizza Parlor. It was a pizza parlor on Melrose. And was that Melrose or Pico? No, Sal's was on Pico. It was on Pico. And no, Sal's was on Melrose. Melrose Boulevard. Or was that Santa Monica? Nah, that was Melrose. One of them. West Hollywood, somewhere in there. Push that like button. Don't nobody like you, Snag. Okay. We used to go to Sal's. Then they had another spot called Marty's. Marty's was really like a hidden jewel in the wall. It was like a comedy frat house for comedians. Comedians going there every day and practice and rehearse. And a lot of actors was in there. I met Damon Wayans Jr. in there. Um, how y'all doing? My audience disappeared. I guess don't nobody want to hear my story. But throughout my comedy career, I did a lot of stand-up open mics. And what comedians don't get or comics don't get, that an open mic isn't a comedy show. And no real comedian that's smart is gonna go to an open mic and put his best written material out there. What he think is the most funniest? Nah, we're gonna save that. Can't say that around you niggas, cause you niggas will steal my joke. But what they done already put out there, they'll say that. Push that like button. Don't nobody like you. All right. I performed at every comedy club in LA. Every comedy club. The Chateau, the Ha Ha Cafe, Flappers. Flappers in Burbank. I would never go to Burbank again. I almost went to jail smoking a cigarette sitting in my car. I almost went to jail. It's illegal to smoke a cigarette in your car in Burbank. Like, what the fuck? I would never come back to this bitch. I don't give a fuck if y'all gave me $1 million. Well, I'll take that back. Y'all gave me $1 million. I guess I would, but I just couldn't take no cigarettes with me. I wouldn't have no cigarettes, and I'd go crazy if I had to go way over somewhere, and I know I got a 30-40 minute drive, and I ain't got no cigarettes with me. Like, I need to hit a cigarette at least a minute before I get out the goddamn car to go in a place if I'm gonna be in there for a little while. Like, shit. How y'all doing? Ain't nobody doing. I guess I went live at the wrong time this time. I was cooking last time. I had about 15, 20 people in here. But I got emotional in that last video. Right at the end, I started thinking about that comedy shit, and that shit brought tears to my eyes. I started crying again. I'm tripolar, man. I tell people that shit. I'm tripolar. I'm tripolar. That means you can hurt me, I'ma cry, and I'm go on about my business, man. You hurt me, it's gonna make me cry, and I'm gonna move on about my business. I ain't fucking with you no more, though. It is what it is. I used to hurt people that hurt me, but now I'm like, even after I hurt them back, I'm still hurt. Well, I'm not in the algorithm. I think I said something that's blocking them from letting people come in and see me or recognize that I'm live right now. So I just stared at this screen for a whole 3 minutes straight and nobody came in. My eyes gonna start hurting. Ain't that about a bitch? I wonder what am I doing wrong, like, to build my audience. It's fucked up. And I got all these people that subscribe to my channel, but I can't get nobody to come in and engage with me. I wonder. Okay. I'm gonna go to AI. I'm finna ask AI how to build my channel. Once I build this shit up, for all these motherfuckers that, you know, kick me to the curb, when y'all come back, I ain't fucking with you. I ain't fucking with you. I got you.